Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I will keep working on my market master indicator. So here on my chart you can see how the indicator looks like so far, and I did one change to the reversion channel. So first of all I will show you what the change is so you can copy it inside your code. And after that, I will add one very important indicator to the market master. So I thought it might be nice, because at this point we have trend filter, we have a channel for the reversion, okay, so overbought or oversold, but there is one thing missing that I like to use, so it's my personal preference, let's say. And that one thing is like some indicator that would show us an average price. Because price tends to return to its average price sooner or later. So if you have an information about what is the average price, then it gives you a higher chance to basically predict what will happen in the market. Okay, so average price indicators. So I think the first obvious option here is just moving average. So what is a moving average? It's just an average price based on the last X number of candlesticks. Okay, so for example, 50 candlesticks, 100 candlesticks. And using moving average is extremely simple. It can be effective, that's for sure, but it's not something I would bet my money on, let's say, yeah. So I thought really hard about what indicator I should choose for this, and I decided that the best indicator for showing the average price is probably VWAP. So VWAP stands for volume weighted average price, and the idea is that it basically uses volume and average price to show you basically what the average price is. Okay, so it uses volume, and using volume is basically the main it is the thing that makes this indicator so useful. Okay, so that's why I decided I will use VWAP. Okay, so let's start with that small change to the channel here. Okay, so what I did is that I added this second layer of the channel. Okay, so if you remember in the previous video, or what I did is that I added this one channel. Okay, so like this one channel. Now I added the upper one and the lower one. So that's what I did. They are different in colors slightly. Okay, I just thought it might be a nice visual feature. Okay, so and the idea is that it just basically extends the channel so you can read it better, let's say. Okay, so how did I do this? It was very simple. So I started with sorry, this is not it. I think this is the code. Yeah, so what I did is that I started here. So I added plots and two buffers. Then I added this lower bands tree, upper bands tree. So very simple. I created the buffers for it. I initialized the buffers on init function, which is right here. So at this point, and then all I did is that I calculated the distance of this first channel, okay, and then I added it here. Okay, so this is just like this distance but added here above the channel or below the channel. So here you have the code. It's very simple and it works like this. Okay, so now we can move to the VWAP section. So VWAP. The good thing is that I already have an indicator. I'm not sure if I recorded a tutorial on VWAP. I think I did, and you should find it somewhere on my channel. But yeah, so what I discovered is that I have my own code that is ready to be used right here. Okay, so I will go briefly through the code so we can like understand what's happening, yeah, and then I will use a custom function to basically use this indicator inside Market Master. So let's check it. So for the VWAP, we start with initializing the indicator. So it uses one buffer, one plot, and this one plot is called VWAP. It's draw line type, color snow. So this is up to you, and style solid, and width I will change this to 2. So then let me just delete this. So then I initialize one buffer, which is VWAP, and then I use this set index buffer function to set the VWAP buffer right here. So then on calculate function, it's very simple. I just call this get VWAP function, which basically does all the work. Okay, so let's check what a get VWAP function is. Okay, so I know this is not nicely structured. There's a lot of free space here, but let's check it. So firstly, I prepare some arrays here. So you have TPV array, volumes array, and VWAPs array. You have a value here. I'm not sure what the value stands for or how is it used, because probably I created this indicator like a long time ago, so I don't basically remember every aspect of it. But yeah, I think we will find it somewhere here. Okay, let me delete this and let's move on. So it has one input parameter, reset days. So as you know, the VWAP basically resets its calculations after X number of days. So by default, it's set to 1 or 5. Okay, so 5 is for a weekend or week. Yeah, 1 is for 1 day. But I added this option to basically choose any number you want. So for example, if you want to reset VWAP after 4 days, you can. So that's that. Then I included this statistics library, let's say, because I am using, I think, standard deviation or math sum and maybe some other function as well, I'm not sure. So that's why I imported this library right here. Then we have this get VWAP function, which is basically the core of this indicator. So we create string time, MQL date time to struct. Yeah, very simple. Last day, iteration first. Like, I think you don't have to worry about all of this stuff. Just copy it inside your code, and that's what you have to do. Basically, the idea is that we get the volume, we get something called TPV, which is basically high value plus low value plus closing value plus divided by 3 times the volume. Okay, so this is the TPV. Then what we do is that we calculate the sum of all of the volumes per let's say 1 day in this case. Okay, and then I also calculate the total sum of this TPV's values. Okay, and then what I just do is that I divide the total price, which is equal to the sum of the TPVs, and I divide it by the volume sum, which is right here. Okay, so that's how the VWAP works. So when I compile this and I go here, I open a new chart, for example GPUSD, and I find the indicator here. So this is VWAP indicator. So let's just plot it here. Or yeah, so reset days 1, click OK. So this is how it looks like. You can see that on every day it basically starts from the opening price or the closing price of the previous day, and this is how it just works. Yeah, it isn't that useful on 1 hour time frame, because what you basically want to do is that you want to do your analysis on lower time frames, for example 50-minute time frame, so you get like more information and more chances to open positions. Okay, so this is how it looks like. The idea is that the price should always come back to its average volume price. So that's the idea. This reset days right here is a very nice feature, because now what I can, for example, do, I can set this to 10 days, and now it will show me basically the average price for the last 10 days. Okay, you can see that like using 10 days isn't probably the best, because if you have like one day where the deviation of the price and the VWAP is larger than any other days, it just keeps adding up. Okay, so that's why you need the reset to basically keep things normal, let's say. So this is how it works. So I will add this indicator to the market master now. Okay, so this is market master, this is VWAP. So let me just go here. So let's scroll up and let's say, or let's define the VWAP as our resource. So resource, and now it's indicators, and in my case it's just VWAP.ex5. Okay, everything's good. So now I will create a new input section. So let's go down here and let's create input group VWAP settings. So first is input boolean input show VWAP. By default I want to show the VWAP because it's very good indicator. And the second argument or input here is input sorry, my keyboard is right under my microphone so I don't see it. VWAP reset days. By default it's set to 1, so let's keep it 1. Okay, so now I have to create a new plot, because I will be adding new indicator, therefore a new plot. So let's increase plots by 1 and let's increase the number of buffers by 1 as well. So what I will do now is that I will just say property, or let's copy this, paste it here, let's change to 8, this will be called VWAP, draw line is okay, and let's, I like to use white color for VWAP, I don't know why, I just do. So indicator width 8 is, let's set width to 2, and then property indicator. There was one more thing I wanted to add. Now I can't remember what it was. I think I will remember later. Okay, so this is okay. So now let's create the buffer here. So double VWAP buffer, and let's just keep the structure like this, and then let's initialize the buffer. So right here I can just copy this, and so this is 11 and this is VWAP buffer. Perfect. So now I have to get the VWAP value. So if you check my code, you can see that the VWAP value is at position 0. Okay, so that's something we have to remember. And now I just have to scroll down here and let's initialize the handle, or not initialize the handle, but let's load the VWAP into the handle. So it will be called VWAP handle. I haven't created the variable yet, so I will do that later. And it's custom symbol period. Now indicators, and it's VWAP.ex5, and it takes one positional argument, which is VWAP reset days. So let me just create the handle. I think I created handles. Where was it? Here. Okay, so let's just keep it at the same part of the code. Okay, so yeah, this is good. This is good. So now what I can just do is that I can create a new function, or I think I have function called getData. I think. Let me just check here. So do I have function called get data? No, I have trend analysis, detect fractals. I don't. So, okay, so let me create a double variable called VWAP value, okay? And then right here I will say VWAP buffered position I is equal to VWAP value. And now I just have to get the value. Okay, so let's scroll here and let's create this. So void function get VWAP value shift, and now we can just do temporary array here, copy buffer function. So indicator handle is VWAP handle, buffer number is 0, starting position is shift, count is 1, and store this into temporary value. And now VWAP value is equal to temporary value at position 0. And now I just have to call this function. Let's call it here. Shift is an argument. And now we have the VWAP. Okay, it's very simple. Yeah, so this is the VWAP that yeah. Okay, perfect. So let's just test basically how if the reset days thing works. So for example, let's do 7 days. Does it work? Okay, so now it didn't. Okay, it still resets after 1. No, it just needed to be updated. Okay, perfect. So now it updates after 7 days. You can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So here it resets. Okay, so yeah, this is nice. This is nice. So now this is very, very helpful to us because let me just reset this to 1 day, or let's do 2 days. And let's just go to the lower time frame. So for example, 5-minute time frame. So this is very helpful to us because now we basically know where the average price is. So this gives us more context about whether the price is in strong trend or not. What should we expect, where the price should go. Okay, so this is very, very good. This is very, very good feature to have in our indicator. Because now, for example, yeah, like in the sideways market, this will be very strong, powerful tool. And the reason why, in the sideways market, the price always or almost always returns to its average price. So we can leverage this. We can leverage this. There is one thing I think I could add to the VWAP that would make the VWAP even more powerful tool, let's say. But I will have to think about this before I try to do anything. Okay, so yeah. Also, there's one more thing. What I discovered is that with those transparent channels, sometimes it just doesn't refresh. Okay, so if this happens, what I have to do is that I have to just refresh the chart, and then like you can see that at the start it did refresh. Now it doesn't. Now it does. Okay, so now it doesn't. So this is also something that bugs me a little because yeah, this this is not good. But I think I will find a way how to deal with this. Okay, so you can see that now I change the chart so it refreshes, and as I move the chart, basically the channel will stay there for a bit. Here you can see it stays there and now it moves. Okay, the same thing on 50-minute. Stays there, now it moves. So this is something I need to change, yeah. Like the reason is that it just can't pick up with the chart change, I guess, or the chart event. Yeah. Anyway, this is it for this video, and yeah, I think the next video will be about upgrading the VWAP, because yeah, as I said, there's one thing I would say that might improve the VWAP. So I think, like, I will test it on my own, and if it works well, I will add it there. So one more thing, I will just add this to the, let's say, mid scale. So I think this is okay for the mid scale. Sorry. Okay, mid scale here. So let's do VWAP, and it's in green because it's already implemented. So yeah, also here you can see that I have CSM, which stands for currency strength meter, which is something I will also implement because currency strength meter is also incredibly powerful tool. Okay, so this is all from my side. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.